Let's move to the out list for 2025. And this, is a common theme here that gets us fired up. It's the things that get us hot and bothered. It's the airing of grievances, which I thought, boy, you had a lot of those on your chest. I think it was cathartic for you to get those out.
It was good. I need these outs.
So let's do the out list of 2025 and what we're just tired of. We don't want to see these trends live on. I'm going to go two at a time here because I have a lot. I don't know if you do or not, but the first one, and you already did it in this podcast, so hopefully, by January, this is out of your vocab. The term moonball when talking about Russell Wilson. I'm done. I'm over it. We get it. You can't talk about Russell Wilson in 2024 without saying moonball, but in 2025, we're going to find a different word. We're going to find a different phrase. We have to stop moonball in 2025. And the second thing, and you don't have to comment any further on this one, Whit.
No.
I think we have to stop issuing NFL field credentials for dogs. All right.
Oh, my God.
To you.
Unbelievable. All right. I'm going to say, starting off with, there's really two that I'll go. My first two will be this. One, it's teenage boys with the words bro, brah, and brah. I'm about to smack a kid if another kid says bro to me or brah.
Or to his mother.
That.
How about
oh
to
my
his
gosh.
mom?
Listen, my two boys, it's gotten to a boiling point. I think that she's literally going to snap. I'm going to have to hold her back. If they say, when she says, hey, you know what, put that back, close the pantry door, bruh, bro, where is this? Shut up. They say it to everything. That's their reply to everything. It drives me freaking crazy. But what drives me even worse and I think this is where I'm at in 2025. I'm done with the fakeness. We all have these people, right? You see them, you got to do the cordial hello, blah, 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 blah. It's hey, it's not about disliking or liking somebody. It's just hey, man, that's who we are. We're just what's up people. That's who we are. We don't have to do anything else. You don't have to come up to me and say, hey, next week, let's do dinner. We're never going to do fucking dinner. You never text. You never communicate. You never say, hey, I'm in town. Let's go eat.
Yeah.
It never happens. Or, hey, you see him at the coffee shop. Hey, man, shoot me a text. Let's go play golf this weekend. You shoot the text, they never reply. Listen, dude, I'm good, bro. I'm good in my life. I'm good with where I'm at. I don't need you to act like you need to hang out with me. I got 4 kids, 3 dogs, a wife I like to hang out with. I have some friends and some friends I need to get rid of. But you know what? I don't need any of those things. I don't need you to tell me we're going to hang out when I know you're not going to actually answer when I call. I don't need you to say that we're going to do dinner next week when I know you're not going to text when you're in town. It's great. We're good. We can be straight with just give me a little, hey, give me a little pound. Say what's up. Give me a hug.
You're talking about. Let's move on. Talking about.
Let's move on. All right. I don't need that because here's the reality. My wife taught me this. All right. Guys are bad at friendships, Vince. That's just the truth. Most guys are pretty bad at it. Okay. My wife used to tell me this. She had all these friends. She's growing she's got all these great relationships from different things she's done in her life. And I used to always be like, man, I'm so impressed. You do such a great job at keeping up with people. I got another brother, Benny Brazil. He's the best man at Melissa and I's wedding. Amazing job at keeping up with people, texting, calling weekly. Those people I respect so much because they work so hard on their friendships. And my wife taught me something. And I said, how do you do that? And she's like, well, it takes effort. And I was like, wow, that's simple. But it's true. It's the people you really care about and the people you invest your time in, it takes effort to check up on each other. It takes effort to lean into those friendships and make sure people are good or make sure you're, listening to them when they're talking and meeting them where they're at in life. Those things take effort. And if you're not going to give me that effort and you just want to cordially act like we're friends, miss me with all that. I'm cool. We're cool. I don't need all that. We're going to act like we're going to put effort in. If you want to be real with each other and put effort in each other, let's do it. I am always in for that. But I don't need the fake versions of effort. And that's it.
But he's more famous than you. He's more important than you.
Well, it doesn't matter. There's lots of people that are less or more famous. I just don't need all that. If we're going to put effort in, let's do it. If not, miss me.
This has become my favorite segment. Anything that gets you up in arms because
miss me with it.
It's the best version of you. I've got 2 other ones here. Number 1, and this has been a trend for a couple of years, the Stanleys. Let me tell you something about these Stanley water bottles.
We got kids. These drive us crazy.
If you put a Stanley water bottle in a backpack and your backpack happens to go sideways and tip over, guess what? The Stanleys spill. Water gets everywhere.
Dad, my notebook's soaking wet.
It's not a good water bottle if when it goes sideways, it's spilling water out. I'm sorry. I'm done with the Stanley. I got to find something else. Is it a Yeti? Is it just a knockoff? Is it a Hydro Flask, which was in a couple years ago? I don't know. But Stanley, I'm officially done. Stop spilling water, change your lids, do something. And the second thing, and this just came up recently, and this past weekend, there are a bunch of teams that scored 40 points. This term 40 burger, where the hell did the term 40 burger come up? Where did it start? And why is it in everybody's vernacular? And why every time is there a 40-point game? Just like Moonball, people have to say 40 burger. I don't get it. I don't know where it came from. And I'm done with it. Let's kill it in 2025. Thank you.
You and your terms. You're tired of these terms. I understand.
God.
Here's what I'm tired of. And this is because, this year, in the past 3 years, we've gotten a chance with Thursday Night Football. We do a lot of traveling. And when I don't get to do Air Al, I'm obviously we've been in a lot of airports across the country. I'm so over, Fitz, the getting in the board lines before it's time to board. Like the people who line up in just droves, like, what are you doing? Like you're all no one can move. You're like breathing all over each other. And like it's not even your zone. You have no clue. And then everyone can't even get to their zone because nobody can get through the mob when they finally start calling zones of people who are just standing there with their tickets, and you're like, "Hey, are you getting on the plane? Are you not getting?
Do you
on the
not
plane?
do a good job of sliding in and out of people with your slender build now?
Have you seen me? I'm 6'8", 330. I'm constantly trying to miss people, and then I just finally give up and I just wait. I'm like, I'll go last. I go sit on the other side. I'll get on the plane dead last. I'll wait till they go, we're about to shut the doors.
Can I piggyback on this one too?
Yeah.
A lot of travel in the airport. Clear. Like I have Clear. I've got TSA pre. A lot of times Clear takes longer than the TSA pre line. So guess what? 2025, I don't think I'm going to renew my membership Clear because the only thing that it does for me now is I don't have to take out my ID. Like that's it. It's not any faster than TSA pre in most of the places I am. One of them, flying out of Phoenix all the time, it does no good. I don't get people just look at you funny, and maybe you get to skip one person in the TSA pre, but Clear hasn't been an advantage for me in any of these airports. And sometimes it takes longer to go through Clear because they don't have enough people working than it would just to go through TSA pre. This actually happened when we were leaving Detroit. Jalen Rose came up and he was going through TSA pre, and it was me, Carissa, and Sherm that were together. We were on the same shuttle to the airport, and we all were going through Clear. And we're just watching. We're watching Jalen Rose, the TSA pre-line, hard guy to miss. And he was through there about 10 minutes before we got through the Clear line. So Clear, I think I'm done in 2025 I'm out.
Man, you're out. There's a couple people you're out on. Stanley's and Clear. Here's something I'm definitely out on, and I would say this. We explore this. Speaking of traveling for Thursday Night Football, is that every now and then, Fitz, we extend curfew a little bit. And I was reading this past week that Generation Z has a new philosophy on being out late. Don't go out late. It's the midday coffee raves. Generation Z is a little less into drinking alcohol, so they would rather go somewhere, have a DJ, like a sweet coffee shop, and play good music, and everyone just sits around and drinks your favorite coffee and like hangs out together. Coffee raves, baby. I'm in on a coffee rave. That sounds like my kind of jam. I want to sit around, play some great 90s hip hop, R&B, sip my cappuccino with my almond milk and my honey in it. And I'm all about that life, just sit around, conversate, hang out with people. This sounds like fun to me. I could get into this.
Well, you know me. I love not just an afternoon coffee, but a late night coffee. So I'm into
crazy
that too.
With coffee.
So
I'm at coffee raves 2025. Let's do it. Let's start it. Let's start our own coffee rave shop.
Okay. I just don't like the loud music where we couldn't have a conversation because the beat is pumping too loud. All right. My last one, and this has been bothering me for a while. What I'm out on and what I'm trying to cancel. And look, you can give me a parking ticket for it if you want, but in Arizona, we've got every fast food ever, every single fast food restaurant you could ever imagine. But now all the front rows are takeout. You get to park there to go in to grab your stuff.
Yes.
I'm out on it. So guess what? When I go to Buffalo Wild Wings and I see 6 parking spots that all say, "Oh, takeout parking, park here and go get the food and come back out," When I have a family of 9 with a big ass van, I'm parking that thing right in slot number 1, and we're going to go in and we're going to eat. And then an hour later, we're going to come back. And if you want to ticket me, if you want to tow my van, that's fine. But I am out on front row, handicap, love it. I understand they
Okay, I
need
was
to be
about to
there.
ask you, where do you stand on the handicap thing?
Never
Okay. Yeah,
touch,
I'm out on
never
that.
touch a
I'll
handicap.
lose a friend over people who park in handicap spots.
Some people will go in, like at Starbucks, they'll park in the handicap, they'll run and get their drink and come. I can't do that. You don't touch a handicap spot. If you don't have a handicap sticker, you're not in need. But this damn takeout order, park here, we'll make it convenient for you to come. No, I'm done. I want you to make it convenient for my family of 9. I'm going to park in spot number 1, and we're going to go enjoy a meal. I'm out on takeout parking.
Yeah, I'm with you on the handicap thing, Fitz. I think I told you this earlier this year, but I am one of those people. I would leave my truck running at the red light with the doors locked and walk in a restaurant before I'll pull in a handicap spot. Like I am not pulling in a handicap spot. I will pull on the side of the road and run inside the restaurant and get a ticket from an officer for parking on the side of the road before I would park in a handicap spot ever. We used to have guys at the facility used to drive me crazy. They'd be there late for meetings, so they just park their car in the handicap spots. And I'm like, listen, stop. It drives me freaking crazy. But that's not what I'm out on in 2025. Let me tell you what I'm out on. You and I, we're making some enemies today. Hulu, the not letting me log on anywhere but my home address. Like, it drives me freaking crazy. When you go to a hotel now, almost every hotel TV now is set up where you got to log on to all your app stuff to even use the TV and find it. Like, Hulu, I'm paying you all this money.
They don't let you?
You have to change your home address to and you can only do it so many times in a year.
Sure, you're just not on the cheap plan? You're not on the cheap plan?
I don't know. Listen, well, let me pay less, okay? But my last one that I saw yesterday, some of these end zone celebration stuff, the choreographed celebrations.
The Vikings.
Listen, I can handle the Vikings a little bit because it's usually happening while they're winning. But watching the Patriots or whoever it was yesterday, the other day, that are celebrating when they're down 30 points, you're getting your asses kicked and you're coming up with choreographed celebrations, right? It's like the guys who get a sack at the end of the game and they're down 3 scores and they got to take a moment to do a dance. Like, hey, dude, get your sack, go get back in the huddle. You're losing. Don't draw attention to yourself and play better. That would be my thought for 2025. A little less celebrating, a little better play.
The Vikings did a whole choreograph. I don't know if it was
no, some of them
High School, the musical, the series, or I don't remember what it was from.
You scored a touchdown and you're winning. I understand, Fitz. A little bit of a celebration. You're losing a game or you're getting your asses kicked and you're doing celebrations for getting sacks or interceptions. Like I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me.